Hello everyone, and welcome to this presentation on virtualization techniques from fundamentals to advanced concepts. My name is Anastasios Fragopoulos, and today we're diving into the fascinating world of virtualization, a technology that's transformed how we manage IT resources, optimize hardware, and drive efficiency in businesses and organizations worldwide. By the end of this session, you'll have a solid understanding of what virtualization is, why it matters, its various types, and even a real-world example of how it's saving costs and boosting efficiency. So, let's get started. In today's presentation, we're covering 4 key points. What is virtualization? It is used to create virtual versions of infrastructure resources, like servers or networks. Why is it needed? It cuts costs, maximizes hardware, and offers scalability, security, and cloud integration, essential for modern IT. Its evolution, from the 1960s mainframes to the 2000 server boom, is grown to include storage networks and more. And VMware? They started with Workstation in 1999, hit servers with ESX in 2001, and now lead with Cloud Foundation for hybrid cloud. That's it. Definition, need, evolution, and VMware's role. Let's explore. So, let's dig a little deeper. Virtualization is a technology that abstracts physical hardware into virtual resources. Picture a single powerful server. Without virtualization, it might run just one operating system and one application, say, a database. But with virtualization, that same server can host multiple virtual machines, or VMs, each running its own operating system and apps, like a web server, an email server, and that database, all at the same time. This is made possible by a layer of software called a hypervisor, which sits between the hardware and the virtual machines, managing resources like CPU, memory, and storage. The result? Better resource utilization, lower costs, and a lot more flexibility. It's no wonder virtualization has become a cornerstone of modern IT infrastructure. Now, why do we need virtualization? Let's break it down with some key benefits. First, it maximizes hardware utilization. Instead of having a bunch of servers running at 10% capacity, virtualization lets you consolidate workloads and push that hardware to its full potential. That leads to the second big win: cost reduction. Fewer physical machines mean less money spent on hardware, power, cooling, and even physical space. But it's not just about saving money. Virtualization also brings scalability and flexibility. Need a new server? Spin up a virtual machine in minutes instead of waiting weeks for new hardware. It supports business continuity and disaster recovery by making it easier to back up and replicate systems. It enhances security through isolation. Think of each VM as a sandboxed environment. And it integrates seamlessly with modern trends like cloud computing and DevOps, while simplifying IT management through automation. In short, virtualization is a game changer. Let's take a quick look at how virtualization has evolved. It's not a new idea. Its roots go back to the 1960s with mainframe computers, but it really took off in the early 2000s, with companies like VMware leading the charge. VMware introduced products like ESX Hypervisor, which made server virtualization practical for businesses of all sizes. Over time, we've seen it expand beyond servers to storage, networks, and even desktops. Today, platforms like VMware Cloud Foundation are pushing virtualization into the hybrid cloud era, blending on-premises infrastructure with public cloud services. It's a journey from niche tech to a foundational element of IT, and it's still evolving as we speak. All right, let's zoom in on one of the biggest names in virtualization: VMware. If there's a company that's synonymous with this technology, it's them, and their evolution tells a story of innovation that's shaped the IT landscape. VMware kicked things off in the late 1990s, founded by a group of tech visionaries who saw the potential of virtualizing x86 hardware, something that was pretty revolutionary at the time. Fast forward to the mid-2000s, VMware introduced vSphere, their flagship virtualization platform. vSphere brought advanced features like live migration with vMotion, moving running VMs between hosts without downtime, and distributed resource scheduling, which optimized performance across entire clusters. It became the gold standard for enterprise virtualization, and companies worldwide started rethinking how they built and managed their infrastructure. But VMware's evolution didn't stop with servers. They expanded into virtualizing storage and networks with products like VSAN and NSX, creating what's called a software defined data center. And then came the cloud era. Enter VMware Cloud Foundation, a platform that ties it all together: servers, storage, networking, and bridges on premises setups with public clouds like AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. It's hybrid cloud made simple, giving businesses the flexibility to scale anywhere, anytime. Today, VMware is pushing the boundaries even further with innovations around multi cloud management and edge computing. Their journey, from a desktop tool to a cornerstone of modern IT, shows how virtualization has grown from a neat trick into a critical technology powering everything from small businesses to global enterprises. It's a legacy of efficiency, scalability, and forward thinking, and it's still unfolding as we speak. Now let's bring this to life with a real world example: Bowdoin College. This case study, featured in Network Computing on March 29, 2024, shows how virtualization can deliver tangible results. Bowdoin faced a challenge. They needed to expand their data center, which was going to cost a hefty $2 million. Instead, they invested just $200,000 in virtualization technology and avoided that massive expense entirely. How did they do it? First, cost savings. By virtualizing, they dodged the need for 60 plus additional physical servers, plus the associated power, cooling, and backup costs. Second, server consolidation. They reduced their planned 101 physical servers down to just 46, including 16 HP Blade servers running 10 VMware ESX hosts. Each host supported multiple virtual machines, packing more workloads into less hardware. And third, operational efficiency. Their IT budget dropped from 8% to 6% of the college's total budget, while improving scalability and resource use. Bowdoin's story is a perfect example of virtualization in action, turning a costly problem into a smart, efficient solution. So, what have we covered today? We've defined virtualization as a way to create virtual resources from physical hardware, explored its benefits like cost savings and scalability, and seen its impact through Bowdoin College's success story. We've also touched on its evolution and the different types, like server, storage, and network virtualization, that power modern IT. I hope this has given you a clear picture of why virtualization matters and how it's shaping the future of technology. If you'd like to dive deeper, feel free to check out resources like virtcloudrocks.com or connect with me on LinkedIn. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.